Okay, the weather's all mixed up today again. One side raining, one side sunny, and I happen to be in the raining side. Let's see if I can find a dry spot, hopefully. And what I read today, with the New Year's coming up, a lot of people are upping up their security for New Year's celebration. And how this one was kind of interesting, even though there's all that hysteria and stuff with drones around places like New York, for example. They're telling people the officials are going to be using more drones, I suppose. This one says NYPD Times Square NYE ball drop security plan includes more drones, 600 rookie cops. More than 600 rookie cops still in training will be part of the NYPD's Times Square security coverage on New Year's Eve, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said Monday. Police will also use 6 drones above Times Square and nearby blocks, up from 4 last year, with additional drones patrolling other parts of the city. Tisch said there are no specific credible threats targeting Times Square, where more than 1 million people are expected to gather to watch the ball drop and ring in the new year. But she noted that since the October 7, 2023 terror attack in Israel, police have been operating in a heightened threat environment and remain vigilant. So I guess people around the area can expect to see more of these police drones, I guess, flying around. It makes me wonder, are they actually just going to be stationary in a lot of positions? I've actually noticed people do that here too with the police officers, where for big events they just have this one drone flying in one spot, just acting basically as an aerial camera. So it makes me wonder if they're actually doing the same for this one anyways, because with that thought, it still relates to New York. They were saying how they have this new tethered drone per se that they're using actually to help, I guess, save lives, and they're going to be using it more. So it's kind of interesting where they had this little press conference where they talked about it. Apparently it's this drone, I believe, just based on what the guy was saying. It's part of this Axon Air lineup, and that's the company that specializes in a lot of those, I guess, police items, for example, like tasers and so forth. I believe this is the same company that had that controversy where they were thinking of introducing drones with tasers, and everyone was outraged over that. So you can hear what they say first in terms of what they're doing in terms of expanding, I guess, these tethered drones.
But we did take possession of a tethered drone through the contract that we signed with Axon. And I want to discuss it for a couple of different things. It was an approximately $50,000 investment that was funded entirely through the New York State Law Enforcement Tech Grant that was built into the Axon contract. So this tethered drone, and it can fly in some weather that typical drones cannot fly in. Our SWAT team is comprised of numerous drone operators. They are licensed pilots. We keep them housed within our SWAT team. The tethered drone can go up approximately 125 feet. It is ground powered. It can fly as long as we have ground power. So there's a typical drone can fly 30, 45 minutes, depending on the size of the battery. It has to come down and charge. What's nice about this is we are going to have this year parked in the middle of the crowd, typically in the spot where the older eye in the sky, the Skycam tower would go up. It has infrared capabilities. It's a high definition camera. It can be raised, lowered, monitored, moved around. It's a significant investment.
So reading a little bit more details, apparently that company partnered with another company called Fotokite. I'm guessing that's a play on words in terms of photography and a kite, I guess, staying up in the air. And they mentioned here the benefits of an actively tethered drone versus standard drones are: 1, increased safety and significant team resource savings with autonomous flights. No piloting, 150 feet above ground level. Actively tethered UAS are permitted to be used by the Federal Aviation Administration without additional waivers or pilot license requirements. So that's an interesting thought, actually, in terms of just being able to fly a drone around those areas where you don't need to go through all that approval process. Just use, I guess, this per se. It says, with the full weatherproof rating and power and data delivery over the tether, Fotokite Sigma tethered drone can fly in harsh weather conditions and stay airborne beyond 24 hours of continuous flight versus the shorter flight times of free-flying drones. And from what I gather, they're supposed to have things like thermal cameras and stuff like that too on these drones. Can you imagine just a bunch of these, I guess, tethered drones installed in various places just to monitor events like what they're doing here in the future everywhere? Although it does make me wonder in terms of that, I guess, safety point of view. Let's just say this drone is tethered, and theoretically you could say, well, it's safe around people and so forth because it won't fly away, like it's attached to a tether, or just get, I guess, pulled back down. But what happens if something actually does go wrong? I don't know. like some kind of interference, it goes crazy, swirls around, and then eventually, I don't know, it just falls from the sky. Is there actually some kind of way to stop that too, besides like a parachute system? But the laws and stuff are actually more lax when it comes to these types of drones actually, but you can expect to see more of these in the future, especially in these cases too, if they say no license or anything required. All right, see you guys later.